The need for drug and alcohol awareness among teens is huge. Many of them now have a driver's license and a car. But with this newfound freedom comes a great responsibility. Partner with us to help educate them to make the right decisions. Our 30 to 60 minute presentation, depending on your time constraints, has received rave reviews among high school teens. Please watch a condensed version of what to expect from our presentation, which includes testimonies from teens who actually viewed it and the way it impacted their prom night, especially the after party.
I was just like that guy in that video.
And I was just like that boy, partying, drinking.
I went from being an all-star college athlete to a person suffering from traumatic brain injury from riding in a car with a drunk driver.
I know that my friends and we never really thought it was that big of a deal if you had, 3 or 4 drinks and you wanted to jump in your car and go pick up a girlfriend or go somewhere else.
Well, I spent 46 days of my life, 32 of those days I was in a coma.
When they turned into that driveway, I hit their car at 77 miles an hour. I completely drove through the passenger door, cutting the car in half, leaving the front half of the car by the driveway, and the rear half of the car was ripped off and dragged 100 feet down the road. Both passengers inside were killed. For the rest of my life, I am responsible for killing somebody's grandparents.
My life is forever changed, obviously not for the better. Heck, I cannot even speak with my own voice and I have to use a walker or wheelchair to get around. What a life.
I spent 3,117 days in prison because of the choice I made. They're dead because of me.
Like everybody's looking at me and staring at me because of the way I talk or the way I walk.
So again I type, please don't let this be your story.
I realized right then that I just killed someone. I could not believe something like this was happening. I actually lay there and I prayed to God, just hoping that when I closed my eyes and opened them up, maybe everything would go away. I couldn't believe that something like this was happening. Man, I love my sister. You know what? She doesn't look up to me anymore. I'm the brother that went to prison for 8.5 years. I'm the one that messed up our family. I'm the one that hurt so many people. I went up there. That picture you saw in the video, that was from actually F House. And I remember going and standing in front of that cell door, and this officer downstairs hit a button. The cell door came open.
Y'all all went to the prom 2 days after the presentation, correct?
Yes.
And then there was a party afterwards.
Yes.
Did this change the way people thought at the school? Did this change the way people acted? Did y'all see it make a difference in anybody's night?
Yes.
And how?
Just like people offering other people to drive.
Yeah. A lot of people would, like, if they drank, they decided instead of like trying to leave and drive home that they would stay, or they would, call somebody to come pick them up.
Y'all think that the video made that difference?
I think so.
I think so. I mean, because, on the way going to prom, I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, I really don't want to lose anybody that's in any of our classes. Because, I mean, that's just a sad thought to think about.
What did you think about the presentation whenever you was watching it?
I think it makes it easier, like, seeing presentations like that, and especially, like, having the casket sitting right there on stage where you can see it, and, like, it being that real, that it could be your body or it could be your best friend. If they, you know, decide to leave the party and they've been drinking and you don't do anything to stop them, they could be them in that casket, you know, in a week because they died driving home or driving somewhere to another party or wherever they go. And you just don't want to lose, like, people that are close to you, especially this young.
Like at the party, did y'all see some people that stayed that you knew wouldn't be able to drive?
Yeah, and there was a lot of people that, I mean, weren't able to drive and knew that they couldn't drive, and so they stayed. Or they rode with somebody else and went to somebody else's house to, like, sleep and stuff.
Even if they tried to drive, there's other people that saw the video wouldn't allow them to.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow. So y'all saw some people that said that...
They wouldn't let them drive. They'd force them to get into their car and they'd drive them down to wherever and have somebody pick them up.
More than once, I heard somebody say, rethink the drink,
Yeah.
at the party that we were at. And they were like, you know, don't drive. If you've been drinking, don't drive. Even if it's not a lot.
You just thought of something, didn't you? What was it?
Well, I remember asking my friend how he felt about having a party, and he said, "It's actually I'm not really having that much fun." He said, "I felt like I had a lot of responsibility and I was liable for a lot of people's lives because people would bring alcohol even though he didn't provide it himself. He just felt guilty for even allowing a chance to happen." Before the presentation, he was pretty comfortable about having a party. And then I could tell he was kind of rattled while he was at the actual party.
It was a really big eye-opener. Like, you saw the, like, severity of the things that, like, drinking and driving can do to you. And it's just not something you play around with. And, I mean, you saw it, and you saw, you know, what, it might not kill you, the drunk driver, but it could kill somebody's grandparents, like Chris Sandy said. And, you know, that's not fair to the family to lose the grandparents for your decision.
Okay, hang on. I can see your mind working.
The people walking around school with, like, the bandages and stuff made it more real, too, that it could be our classmates, not going to be the next week at school because of a decision we made.
And it made us think, like, we don't think that it's going to be us until it happens. And so seeing those people walk around school like that made us think, you know, it really could be us.
I feel like, though, a lot of people pulled together. Like, a lot of our close friends that were at that party kind of pulled together and was, like, not necessarily, like, taking care of people, but taking care of, like, their afterward plans, like, you know, how they were getting places. Because I know one of our friends, he was the one to drive down and pick people up and bring them back up and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like he didn't have to do it by himself.
That's cool. Did y'all see a difference in people that normally would have drove?
Yeah, there was one person there that normally would have driven home and said, I'm fine, I can drive home. I do it all the time, but somebody came and picked him up.
Like, a lot of times people will laugh at such presentations as Rethink the Drink and other things, but this year I didn't see, like, many people making jokes about it. Maybe a sarcastic, oh, Rethink the Drink. But last year, you could tell that the video was just very vague, and it didn't seem as real as this year. And the speaker really got to us. And I didn't see anybody laughing. It actually felt kind of serious towards it.
The video was so real.
I mean, whenever everything was over, everybody was quiet. There wasn't nobody cutting out during the video.
I've never been in a room with that many people and everybody.
Teenagers, mainly.
Everybody's attention is just...
That was good.
Yeah, and it's never like that with anything that we have at our school. It's always people are joking or somebody will cough and then it'll make people laugh or something. And, you know, everybody was like, it was an eye-opener for everyone to see, like, this is a real guy right here who has gone through this, and, you know, it could be us.
Easily.